Hello everyone, my name is Merrick Joseph. Welcome to Rosedale Rockers. Today we have with us Priya ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. Welcome
Hi,
to our
Merrick.
show.
Good evening. Nice to be on your show.
Please introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Priya Krishnamurthy. About 20 years ago, I co-founded an NGO called CMCA, okay, which is started off as a children's movement. So CMCA stands for Children's Movement for Civic Awareness. Today, of course, we're with older kids who don't want to be called children, and then we're with young people in colleges. So we just call ourselves CMCA. And what does CMCA do? I guess that will be your next question.
Let's move on to the questions, ma'am.
Yeah.
Can you please explain to children like me what is civic awareness?
Okay, cool. Merrick, when you look around you, right, when you just say step out of your house and go for a walk, okay, what do you think? What bothers you about what you see around you? What bothers you? What troubles you? And what do you feel good about when you just look around you, the streets, the localities that you walk in?
Ma'am, there's a lot of dirt on the floor and jungle.
Okay, a lot of
The
dirt.
roads are not proper.
The roads are not proper. Yeah, fair point. Then,
And then I feel good about the environment, the greenery.
yeah, the greenery around you, the environment, the way we used to be, the way we are. All these things bother you, right? Yeah, it bothers many children like you, Merrick. And so we ask children this question, and then we say, okay, so it bothers you. So what are you going to do about it? Do you have to be a grown-up to do something about it? Do you have to wait till you turn 18 to do something about it? What do you feel? Do you have to grow up to be? Is it a big people's problem?
The roads is a big people's problem, but garbage, we can do it now.
Okay, what do you think you can do, Merrick? What strikes you as a good thing to do to just solve something around you?
Pick up the garbage and put it in the trash.
Okay, yeah, great. So it starts with something that you can do immediately, right? Stop. For example, if it's garbage, something you can do immediately, which is maybe stop yourself from throwing garbage and maybe stop your family from doing that, right? In CMCA, we try and take that a little further. Okay, so for example, we tell children that, it's not just you can stop yourself for sure, but you can also stop others, and you can do something about it even beyond that. You don't have to grow up. Roads is not a big people's problem. Garbage in a dump in front of your street is not only a big people's problem. Children can also do something about it. So we teach children, we help children understand that they are citizens today. From the day they are born, you're citizens. And you have rights and you have duties. And then we show kids how they can actually go about solving problems that see around them. So then children start learning that about local government, about how they can call local government, and how responsive actually government is, especially to children. When local government gets a call from a child, they are happy to respond. They're happy to solve problems. So that's a little bit about what CMCA does. That you don't have to grow up to start solving things. You don't have to grow up to make your street, your locality, or even your city and your country the place that you want to grow up in, the place that you want to have for yourself.
Thank you, ma'am. Let's move on to the next question.
Mm-hmm.
How easy or difficult it was for you to get children involved in this movement?
So it's actually very easy to get children involved in anything, right? Children are always happy to participate, to be a part of some change for the better. And it's children who will inherit this world, children who will have to grow up and face the consequences, good and bad, of what is happening around us. So we find children very responsive. Many parents are very supportive. Okay, in schools too, we find good support, not just from children, but also from teachers and from principals. But yes, I think schools, I think children, one thing you can do is get your schools and your school principals to start looking at these things a little more closely, to start working with NGOs like CMCA and teach not just academics and actually energize the clubs programs that you may have in school, the co-curricular, the extracurricular activities. School is not a bubble. The school has to be part of a community. And I think your children can get your schools to do a little more, so that the wall between school and community kind of breaks down a bit, and schools start making a difference to the surroundings too. And in that process, children will learn how to be good citizens of this country. Just seeing it in the textbook is not going to make that happen, right?
Thank you, ma'am. Let's move on to the next question. If it's an ongoing program, how are you connecting with children in remote places during this pandemic?
Yeah, that's a good question. CMCA has never been, it's always been a field program. We've always been face to face with children. So yeah, the pandemic forced us to change quite a bit of how we see things. So what we started doing is we said, okay, we can't go to school and we can't go, and children are not able to come to school, then we'll be where the children are. So we started making calls to children at home. Okay, so we call it the CMCA at home program. So we call thousands of children who've been part of our school's program, and we've actually contacted them. So we have our volunteers who, instead of going to schools, have now started calling children at home. And of course, with the parent there and with siblings too, we're able to reach the family, the whole family, and run our CMCA program through the phones. Wherever there is online, so some cities like Bombay do have better online connectivity than many other places in India. So there we do run online workshops for schools. We have the online clubs program running. So what is used to be running in school is now running as a club online. We've also printed books. Okay, so we figured, Merrick, when you're at home and you're not able to go to school, you're not able to touch base with your friends so often, how has it affected you? How has life changed for you? Anything, any one or two things that you can share, how life has changed for you? Without school, without the gang of friends. I think Merrick is hanging. Oh, my net is gone. Yeah, Merrick, did you hear me? What I said last?
No, ma'am, I had some network.
Yeah. Where did we drop off? I was telling you about CMC at home, right? Making calls at home. Then I spoke about online workshops. I think you were with me then. Okay, and then we asked children, we asked their parents, okay, how has life changed for children and how has life changed for families because of the lockdowns and because of not being able to go to school? And based on what they've told us, we have come up with something called an Everyday Happy Book. Okay, and this book kind of, we are trying to reach it to thousands of children. It will answer some of those questions as to how life has changed. Many children are afraid, Merrick. They're afraid of, their families falling sick. They're afraid of what will happen if they don't write their final exam, or or even in many parts of our country, we rely on school not just for studying, right? Children get their midday meals from school. The school is a safe place for children. It prevents, we've seen a rise in number of calls to the childline because of abuse, because of violence against children. So school actually protected children in many more ways, not just helping them study or educating them. So we're trying to reach out to children to say you're not alone. Even if you're not going to school, you're not alone. So if you are in some distress, if you're being neglected, or if you're being forced to work, or if a child is being physically or sexually abused, then call 1098 or speak to an adult you trust. Okay, so this sort of information we're giving apart from also helping children plan their days. Today, what's happened is that we've lost our routines. So children, they get up in the morning. Okay, some children are lucky, they have an online class. Okay, some governments have done a good job. There's TV and they have some studying programs that are coming on television. But many children are pretty lost without the school. So this happy book helps them plan their days and do constructive things that can give them a sense of routine. And children understand this is not going to go on forever. COVID will be gone soon and school will be back. And till then, be happy and be safe. And this is how you can do it. So that's what the books do.
Thank you, ma'am. Let's move on to the last question. What is your message to children like us who are forced to stay indoors?
Yeah. So, Merrick, I think uh, we've lost a lot. Children have lost a lot. Right? We've lost school time. We've lost time with friends. Okay, but in hard times or in tough times, we have to count on what we have also. So, what most of us have are great families we can lean on. Okay, we do have some friends we can get in touch with, and then we have a lot of time. Otherwise, most children were running from school to tuition to homework to studying and then back to school. So now there's a little bit of more time, right? So then we looked at what we do have. We have time and we have family. And we have some friends we can still, even though they may not be school friends and that kind of number of friends, but we do have close friends. So it is in these times that we lean on family, we lean on friends, and we make best use of the time that we have suddenly found that we have, children also. So it is to know that it's not going to be permanent. COVID is going away, and everyone's working very hard for a cure. And so we must stay positive that yes, we'll all be back in school soon. Until then, how best to stay safe and to stay happy. So build yourself a routine. Have a reason to get up in the morning. Eat well, eat balanced food. Listen to your parents. Help them because after all, the stress is not just for children; it's also for parents. And stay positive. And even if you can't run around and play big group games, put in some exercise, keep to a routine, and soon this will be gone. Life will be back to normal.
Thank you, ma'am, and thank you for coming. And thank you for
Thanks,
watching
Mary.
this video, guys. And see you in the next one. Bye bye.
Thank you, Merrick. Bye. All the best.
Bye now.